Hey, Gran Turismo fans! Today I am racing in Gran Turismo Sport. However, I am going to be talking about a possible leak by Amazon over in Germany. They have slated the release of Gran Turismo 7 to be on November 12th of 2020. Now, this could be just a simple placeholder, this could be an error, or what this could be is symbolizing the actual release date for Gran Turismo 7. Now that would be quite exciting because that would make it essentially a release game. And as we know, there is not a ton of slated released games so far for the PlayStation 5. So this is actually exciting news for anybody who likes Gran Turismo and Gran Turismo Racing. And of course, this is exciting news for anybody who just loves racing games in general and who is getting a PlayStation 5. Hopefully I will be one of the few who get a PlayStation 5, but I'm going to have to be waiting in line at the local Walmart because, of course, Best Buy, they sold out and they're no longer carrying video games in store up here in Canada, or at least the Best Buy that I used to work at. And I went to Walmart and they are not doing any pre-orders, and they say just show up and be in line the day of release, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Now, Gran Turismo is going to be a fantastic game, and I'm really hoping that the upgrades that you do to your car when it comes to the air intakes, the exhaust, and everything like that gets transferred onto the online model, because as we see with Gran Turismo Sport, it basically moves the car's specs so that everyone's essentially equal, which is okay in my opinion, but I would really like to soup up a car and make it different than anybody else's to try and make it quicker, try to have the upper hand. Now that's fun in my opinion. Different combinations can give you different things. Maybe a certain type of air intake works better with a certain exhaust, and those are going to be combinations that people would have to try and figure out. And I personally think that's the way that Gran Turismo should go. But again, I'm not a developer. Either way, this is an exciting time. We're going to have Gran Turismo 7 coming out, which is a main release game. That guy just wiped out. Whoa. But this online racing stuff can be good and it can be bad. So what I mean by that is, if you're near the front of the pack, like I am in this video here, you generally don't have much to worry about with bad drivers. But as soon as you start getting past that 5 to 6 mark, you start getting drivers who are just crazy. And usually that last place 10, 11, 12, 13, 14th position player, they're only there to really mess people up and try to hit people out. So that's something that I would like to see fixed in a way with Gran Turismo 7, and that is for people who blatantly just go out of their way to try to hit people, somehow have a way of not reporting them, but for the game to automatically see that and be able to essentially put that player in jail. Like those players who like to do pit maneuvers, because it doesn't give you a penalty in most cases, and you can pit maneuver somebody if you do it slowly enough, and you don't get a penalty and they're off into the ditch. Then there's also the fact that the penalty system is pretty good. I never had any issues with it in my first 2 races, but my 3rd race, I've came into some difficulties with the penalty system, but I had somehow a clean race, so it's another thing that just kind of confused the hell out of me. So this is a great game. However, I really like Gran Turismo Sport, but Gran Turismo 7 with the ability to actually upgrade cars and do like the whole campaign mode and stuff that we're used to having with Gran Turismo is like super exciting. This whole idea of just giving people cars for no reason, I'm not a huge fan of. It's never a good car anyways, usually. I've only had one time where it was a good car. But then you start getting 3 or 4 of the same car, and when you sell them, you don't get anything for them because they were given to you. So It's just kind of a pain, I would say. Almost useless. I would much rather work hard for my cars than just get them given to me if I go a couple of miles in the game. But that's my own personal opinion. Yours might be different. But I just like working for things. I like being able to succeed in the game by my own merit and not by just doing a couple of laps and getting free stuff. Maybe the whole trophy generation is the generation after me. Maybe. I'm 30 years old, so I'm classified as that generation too. I just like working for my stuff. But anyways, I'll let you watch the last lap of this race. I hope that you have enjoyed. I'm not in too bad of position, but I've got a lot of land to make up, a lot of ground to make up on that first position. I just got into second. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed. Enjoy the last lap, and I will see you guys again in my next video.